All right, y'all. Speaking of stupid, no, let me stop. Let's talk about Post Malone. So, more Post Malone, I guess, is out here performing. Wherever did say at one point that he wasn't touring because he didn't finish his album, whatever the case was. Probably because it was low ticket sales. But it might have been the one with Jelly Roll. I don't know what show this concert or whatever it is that it was. But apparently there was. Oh damn! I should have opened it up on. Hold on. It was on TikTok. This is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so I'm gonna probably try to mute it. I don't think there's any sound. So, okay, I got the clip. So now there's a clip of Post Malone going around, and they basically is sparking widespread concern. They said that troubling footage of the chart-topping singer, real name Austin Richard Post, has gone viral, showing him noticeably struggling mid-song and slumping to the ground to light a cigarette. Now, after the moment, the Circle's hit maker, who's Post Malone is 30. Why does he look like he damn near in his mid-40s? That's a hard 30. But anyway, so they said the hit maker, who's 30, gets back on his feet, walking to the edge of the stage and spending a few seconds blankly looking out to the crowd before spitting in the air. The bizarre behavior left many fans worried, with some even liking the appearance to late singer Amy Winehouse. They try to make him go to rehab, but he said no, no, no. Anyway, we have a clip. Hold on. You go hard. Hold on. That is not it. It is not the clip. We got it. Hold on. Please hold. He ain't got no shoes on, by the way. He got some long ass toes. Look at these toes. So yeah, and you didn't live cigarette. So I do wonder with all this what he's doing, like, is this part of the show? Is this part of the success? When does he get us? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, one more update. Did somebody pop something up there in his glass, whatever? I don't think it was something like that. What are you walking on?
I've been fucking yours and popping pillies.
I do wonder, what does he smell like? So anyway, I'll let it play while we go through the whole situation. So, and one person said, reminded me of Amy Winehouse on her worst day. Here was Post Malone lying on the ground, lighting a cigarette. Dr. Jebra Fauché shared on Twitter, along with a clip of his appearance. Then he walks around like a 90-year-old man. I'm screaming. Then he walks around like a 90-year-old man who lost his shoes and needs a chiropractic adjustment. Should we be worried? Plenty agreed. Yes, we should be. Now, while the singer is somewhat known for his quirky antics on stage, his behavior this time was a little more concerning. One person said, "Bro needs help. The proof game and money isn't everything, and doesn't bring happiness. He doesn't seem happy to me," one person commented. "He's looking pretty rough these days." Yeah, he definitely looks rough because I was like looking at him like, your hair looks disheveled. You need to cut that beard. I can only imagine what that microphone smells like once they take it back from you at the end of the damn show. And um, then another person saying he looks awful. Maybe this is the reason that he canceled his performance. Says, I hope he can get some help. He does have a song called "I Need Some Help," right? Um, I hope he can get some help. Another chimed in. Now, last month, the singer postponed the first 3 weeks of his big ass stadium tour, which features fellow country crooner Jelly Roll. The tour was originally slated to begin on May 13th, but was pushed back to begin on June 9th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, in an Instagram story, he explained that he promised fans new music, but simply didn't have the time to finish his upcoming double album, The Eternal Buzz, before hitting the road. He said, "We ain't ready for tour." I mean, look, for quiet as it's kept, you could do like what all these other artists do. Why don't you tour, have a RV or whatever that is actually set up as a studio and record the album while you're on the road? You know how many artists over the decades have recorded albums while they're touring to finish it up? If that's the case, if you couldn't finish what you're doing, hire the best writers, hire the best producers, and have them come up with some stuff. I mean, that's what Beyonce would do. Like she would have people in, because I watched this Brian Tedder interview that he just did, and he was like, when he was recording and making music, they had Sia and another producer, whatever, in one room. Ryan Tedder was in another room, and there was all these different rooms, and she came up with a mood board of the visuals. I think it was it might have been for the Beyonce album. What album was Drunk in Love on? It was that one. Or yeah, it was that album. So I think it was a Beyonce record. Anyway, because I'm getting all, disheveled. And so have a little mood board, let people know like this is the vibe, this is the energy of the record, and this is where I want the writers to come up with stuff and we all collaborate and get that record out. Because if you're gonna put all this pressure on yourself, you stressed out. And I totally understand like how crazy demanding this business is. But you seem like you bit off more than you could chew. It seems like the dark side of the industry is getting to you. There's no way that you just not having no issues and you just regular schmegular and you out here looking like this. But then again, as I've mentioned, I did work his show last year. I think it might have been last year or the year before. I can't remember. But his last show that he did at City Field, they were doing stadium, so it was him and Jelly Roll. I think it was last year. And people were kind of disappointed with the performance and stuff because Jelly Roll spent more time running his damn mouth and talking about the Lord and all this shit than performing. So the security was making me laugh. And they was like, "Well, you just shut the fuck up and start singing." And then you got him up there thanking people every night and taking forever to get to the point and doing the music. It was too many breaks in between. And he did spend a lot of time during this show running around with a red cup, with them little red cups, and they be having all kinds of stuff up in there. The rappers be having a lean and all that other mess up in there. Who knows what he had in his? But I do remember that the entire show he walked around with that solo red cup and a cigarette and was performing with it. So I should say this: it's been Post Malone's career is he's been famous for about 11 years because his career started in 2015 when he casually uploaded the track "White Iverson" to SoundCloud. The song's viral explosion landed him a major label deal and kicked off his music career, where he blends the sounds of hip hop and country. His hit track Sunflower, recorded for the 2018 flick Spider Man Into the Spider Verse, went 17 times platinum. I didn't even know that. And he has collaborated with huge musicians such as Taylor Swift and Beyonce on Fortnite and Levi's jeans, respectively. Now, when discussing the intense security and secrecy required to work with the big guns in music, the singer expressed relief that he isn't quite at their level of inescapable fame. He says, "I can't even imagine being at their level. It must suck. That's so much pressure." So maybe he's feeling that pressure that he didn't think that he would have to deal with. So maybe that's where all that is coming from, and he can't handle it. But funny enough, one person in the comments on this video that I'm referencing, one person said you could see the same show at a Walmart in Pasco County. I don't know where Pasco County is, but the performance is definitely given Walmart. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Do y'all think that Post Malone got a little rhymes with hugs problem based off of the footage that we just saw? So, whatever your thoughts are on this messy topic, let me know in the comments down below.